to go in again for driverless acceleration. That sound was the EBS for Berlin.
So Theo Berlin's getting ready, and the car goes off, and it's still going in a straight line. So this is looking good so far. Now the car needs to stop, and it does that, and that is a valid run for Berlin.
Yes, very nice job. I think that will give a bit of relief to Karlsruhe, who will stay in the podium, as this one was the last car that could challenge them for it. But I think that's a great success also for FS Switzerland. We did indeed have 80% of the driverless cars getting a time on the scoreboard in the driverless cup, so that's very nice, and that's also thanks to all the work from all these teams. So great success for all of us. That is a good start for the driverless season this summer. Hopefully that only goes up from here.
And look at those happy faces. Great, great job, guys.
Okay, now it's time for Munich, so they'll have to wait for the Berlin car to be cleared. Not only they have to do all the walk back down there, it's not a walk of shame. I think most of the teams, when they go to recover their car, they're quite happy with the result, but it's quite a long way. Not only the distance, also around the timing equipment. So
It's quite the opposite of a walk of shame, right? They managed to do it in the last minute, so
yeah, them particularly should be a walk of glory. Probably they don't get a clap because it would take way too long to cheer for them all the way. But they can be quite proud. I think these four guys really sorted the problems out. They also put the acceleration configuration and they got it all done. So probably all their teammates back in the pits or watching us are super proud of them.
well, maybe we can give it a try. That like we've got a lot of people sitting there at that hangar,
Are you guys
and
from Berlin?
and maybe you can cheer that team when they're pushing back the car. So give them a big round of applause and hype them up a little bit for the upcoming
I,
acceleration event as well.
I think they earned a good lunch. Okay, seems like Berlin is ready. They have time anyway until. Sorry, Munich is ready. Then they have time while Berlin is pulling us away. Seems like a heavy car for a single person.
All right, fellas, and now it's the time for Team Berlin to shine. So hype them up a little for their pushback.
Yeah, I think I can see where the teammates are. I think they built way better cars than ergonomic push bars. I think that's an extra workout to do for them. Also, the toolbox seems heavy. Hopefully, they sacrificed weight on the car and put it everywhere else. That seems to be the case. But yeah, we'll see you back in the next hour 15, hopefully, for manual acceleration.
I mean, they're the experts in tube welding, right? So maybe that's a thing to improve for next season.
Yeah, the same chassis guys should be making the push bar. But yeah, let's focus on Munich. Last driverless run of this session and also last driverless run of FS Switzerland 2026. Let's hope it's a good one. And let's see if they can turn around P1 and P2.
Will they be able to reclaim the first position? Ooh, and that looks really quick as well. But it seems that they braked
No.
again in front of the start-finish
Yeah,
straight.
it was really good. It's a
Uh,
3.565, so it's really good time. But unfortunately, they'll keep the previous one as their best, and that's going to be P2 for them, just 5 points behind Zurich.
Yeah, and that's it for the morning session. So thanks for joining, everyone. We will see you in a bit for the um,
Dennis,
driver.
what would you think about the second morning session before lunch?
Yeah, I'm totally up
Okay,
for it. Yeah.
let's do it. Let's do it. But I would like to see the cars lining up at some point. Technically, the time for manual acceleration started, and I don't see them eager to enter. And here comes our newly branded safety car. I think it's a bit slower than the teams expected, but it's gonna serve its purpose. I'm quite sure that's actual water that it's carrying, so I think we should brand that bottle just to make sure that nobody misses water for something else.
But like, what do we need that water for? Are we having a wet acceleration after the night skid pad? Like another unique thing for FS Switzerland?
I mean, that would be really nice, but I assume, yeah, it's to fill out like the barriers so they're more safe because some of the media guys will go behind them and we don't want to get them killed. I personally would find that really, really unpleasing. And as we already had like a lot of other activities coming with an ambulance, like leaving the event ground, we don't want to get like someone thrown over. So yeah, they're doing the preparations for the autocross, which will take place in the later afternoon. So still a reminder for all the teams, like we can see a couple of teams sitting on the other side of the green field without any hat or umbrella. Guys, please, like at least drink some water or some other liquids apart from AdBlue. Thank you, guys. And stay away from peanuts.
Also use protection like a hat.
So guys, it's time for the remembering, like doing some advertisement here. Um, we're here at the Nordisch Zentrum Groms, which is really nice. They host us for the past 4 years, and they will probably host us next year. The date is not kind of confirmed yet, but thank you to the Nordisch Zentrum Groms to hosting us and keeping us safe and warm, literally. And also like a shout out again to Norlem. So guys, now when you're waiting for the acceleration and you're coming from the pits, like maybe pass them by, say hi, give them a wave, and maybe it's a chance to also like gain a new sponsor. Like who knows? So for everyone's wondering in which stream we are now, we switched to like the general acceleration. Like actually, what's the wording for like how would we call it? Of course, we have like driverless acceleration, but manual driven.
Old school acceleration?
I mean that would imply that like DV is something strange, or
No, it's not strange. It's new and innovative.
okay, then we say retarded acceleration.
Well, that's insulting. No, I'd stick with old school.
I mean, like we could also like say acceleration before 2017, as it used to be. Or am I mistaken? I think the driverless category was kind of implemented in 2027, no 2017, pardon me, at FSG, which is now we're having like 10 years anniversary next year for having like 10 years of the driverless category. So quite improvement since the past.
And in the meantime, we see that TU Berlin has cleared the post-scrutineering and are welcomed by a cheer from their own team. It's a very nice performance, but they're just in time to turn around and get ready for the next, because they still have some homework to do before lunch.
And there goes Brussels, and they're doing the first actual old school acceleration run of the day.
Okay, and they got the green flag. Let's see what their driver can do now.
Am I throwing you off?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
How you doing, young lady?
Got some.
Okay, that looks a bit unfortunate for Brussels. We saw them taking away the HVD, and now it seems like they're gonna pull the car back. Hopefully not for long. Hope to see them again. I wonder what their technical issue is. It's worth saying that this is only their second electric car, and last year they got a prize for being the best newcomer in FSUK. So they already shown some potential. They also drove yesterday in Skidpad. So we'll keep our thumbs up, as we say in German, for them to get back on track. Oh, and we have an overtake in the staging area because Esslingen pulled back, but Mittweida came in. Ah, the guys from Mittweida, do you guys have some news from yesterday? I think Dennis is going to come to check on you to get first person witness on that.
So in your
team information, you stated that one of your guys is missing because he's expecting a child. So we wanted to know, is it there yet?
No, not already.
So when do we expect news, like today or tomorrow, or we're not gonna stop asking until we have an answer.
And also, is it a team baby? That would be like marvelous.
It's only a half team, baby. But maybe next week it's possible.
We will keep an eye on that on the next events.
I mean, like teen babies are nothing like outstanding anymore. Like from my former team, I'm aware that there are like 3 pure car racing babies. Like that's just what I know. So it would have been great if you have like you're recruiting on a different level, literally. So once again, time for some housekeeping, please, guys. Use umbrellas, use hats, drink water, stay hydrated, use protection, and stay away from peanuts. That would be great.
One could say you guys have to keep it cool, so please do. And we see a third car joining the queue, that's ETH Zurich. So far we have no runs, but the queue is getting crowded. And Esslingen decided to come back in. So now we have 4 cars, all for first driver. So they all have priority, or let's say the priority is even in between them. Let's see who gets the green flag first and starts putting some times on the scoreboard.
It seems like Brussels got cleared first because I can see one scrutineering holding the cone that was initially positioned in front of the car away. So I don't know if they're good to go, but on the other hand, the push bar is still on the Brussels car. So I don't know exactly what's happening there in the moment. Maybe they need to push back completely. In the meantime, Zurich is queuing behind Mittweida, and it seems like Esslingen is still kind of indecisive where to position themselves in the queue. Now they're pushing back out, or they're making way for Brussels now.
Yeah, I would put my bet on Midviolet for getting the first time. Interesting tire choice. They have much bigger diameter than all the competitors that we have around here. But this seemed to work well for them yesterday.
The real question is, can they challenge my time of 12 seconds?
I think they'll do their best for that. They don't bring wings, but that's going to have less of an effect today on the acceleration. That makes definitely their car lighter than it would otherwise. So let's see what they can do.
I mean, compared to me, we're both are two-wheel drive, so it's a fair competition.
Yeah, I would say it's fair. So if they beat you, I think you'll have to take the loss. It's fair and square. Okay, last minute instructions, but I think Midvide is cleared for launch. And there we have the buzzing sound from Midvida. That means their tractive system's on as the driver showing. Gonna get position, not an easy job now. Drive slowly where you're indicated to go, but also try to align your car the best possible. Small assistance. And now activate whatever launch control you have prepared at home. Let's see what you can do in the 75 meters.
And there's a green flag, and Midwider doesn't hesitate and goes off with a little wheel spin at the start, and that's the first successful run of the day in old school acceleration.
Yeah, it's a 4.831 top of the scoreboard right now. I think I saw a wheel locking, or was that wheel spin at the rear left?
Yeah, that was wheel spin on the rear left, and yeah, 4.8 seconds. So for a two-wheel drive car, that's quite competitive.
Yeah, and it didn't seem to upset too much the steering. It was quite in a straight line, so the control algorithm was nicely working.
And they're directly going for the second run. Now they're getting a bit of a headwind, but I think it won't affect them too much as they have no aerodynamics. Let's see if they can control their wheel spin a bit better. And that looked much better wheel spin wise. I hope they did go better. No, they were 0.2 seconds lower. So first one was the best they had so far with 4.831 seconds and a top speed of 84.9 kilometers per hour.
Interestingly, they got a higher top speed on the second run. I guess the first phase didn't work as well, but it's probably something they're gonna try to correct for the second driver. And I think next competitor is going to be Zurich. Their driver seems to be all ready except for holding still an umbrella. Let's see what happens next. We still have Esslingen queuing behind, hopefully ready.
Also, I can see Bombay pushing in the dynamics area. So they're also getting ready to participate in the acceleration event.
Yeah, nice recovery from their sticker they lost yesterday. Hopefully that didn't compromise their score on the evening skate pad. Now time for maybe the banker lap of Zurich first before they tune up. We've seen they did well earlier today. The green flag's gonna give in. And let's see this traction control. Very nice. Lot of dust being lifted by the rear wing, and their time is 3.384 from Mattia.
With a top speed of 112.5 kilometers per hour, how does that compare to the driverless time? They're still 0.1 seconds slower, I guess.
Yes, indeed, they are a bit over a tenth slower than themselves, but with the weight of Mattia placed on top, so it's still decent. I'm quite sure that was for them a banker lap, and now he's gonna try a bit more. So let's see what's the procedure now to go to second run queue, because it seems like the next car's not still cleared, so he can use the temperature that he gained on the tires now. Maybe that's gonna give them a few thousandths.
And that's the second takeoff for Zurich, and this also seemed pretty fast with a bit more slip in the beginning
pretty even time. It's slightly slower with the same top speed, so they stay with a 3.384 as their best time.
Well, the consistency is amazing. Like 3.384 to 0.392. That's 0.008 of a second difference between the two runs.
Yeah, maybe that shows that the car didn't clear any dust from the track. I think it lifted it and it just depositioned again. Maybe we should send some brooms on track if we want to see the faster times. But it is fair. Everyone same conditions, same amount of dust. So it's a challenge for the teams to deal with it.
Like, depending on the point of perspective, the next broom is entering the track. So Esslingen going for their first run with their loud gearing and their loud ventilation, LV ventilation system.
Yeah, it's definitely giving power ground effect flashbacks. I hope the scrutineers check that this is only cooling and not powered ground effect.
And this seemed like the car stopped accelerating from the middle of the acceleration. So they reached their top speed like in the middle, and then suddenly stopped, like getting faster but holding on to their maximum speed, which was 78.6 kilometers with a time of 4.025 seconds. I think if they can improve on their top speed, they will be also very competitive. But they're pushing out directly, so maybe that was kind of an installation lap to get the track conditions right. I mean, compared to Zurich, they haven't been driven before.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of limitation would stall the speed from increasing. I'm quite sure they can go up to 100 by design. And interesting that they got to 78. I hope it's not that they mix the limits and they put speed limited at 80 instead of the power. And in the meantime, we have Karlsruhe showing up also here, who's being inspected now. It seems like an other IMD test. So we're back to the yesterday's procedure to check IMD, which is gonna come in handy if it rains in the afternoon. They're gonna be quite happy that this was tested, so the cars aren't sure to be safe for the drivers and whoever comes in contact with them. Let's see who's gonna come next. Now it's Esslingen and Zurich who are trying to clear the re-scrutineering. Some ground clearance being checked also there, so we have quite a full menu of tests being done on these cars. Hopefully all successful.
And for the last few meters, Karlsruhe, but I think they will soon get cleared after they successfully. And there's the buzzer, so now we should see Karlsruhe going to the starting line. Should see Karlsruhe going to the starting line. Bit of a communication error there. I think the driver didn't see that he was already cleared and ready to go, but and now he's getting pushed to the start finish line. And there's the green flag and a lot of wheel spin on the front tires.
But very powerful. It looked very nice. They got a 3.590 with a top speed of 118, so fastest speed we've seen so far. seems like their second phase is way it's peak performance right now, and if they